Sawadee I'm JP Mestanza. Today is Tuesday, March 8th. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. It's official, over 7,000 tourists from Russia and Ukraine in Thailand are allowed to extend their visas as the government is considering measures to offer humanitarian assistance to those affected by international flight cancellations. Thousands of Russians have been left stranded in Thailand and especially here in Phuket, unable to fly home after many Russian-based airlines chose to cease all flights outside of Russian airspace due to sanctions imposed over the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Especially consequential were the cancellations of flights by two Russian airlines, S7 and Aeroflot, as their direct routes covered a large part of Russia, sharing around 70% of this market with Phuket. The Tourism Authority of Thailand, the TAT, they say that there are roughly 7,000 tourists from both Russia and Ukraine in 4 tourism areas around Thailand, with about half of them staying here in Phuket. Regarding transactions via Russian banks and credit cards that are blocked, tourism operators are working with UnionPay, a payment platform from China, to offer this channel to Russian visitors. In addition, the TAT says that they are in talks with the Russian government about possibly arranging repatriation flights for citizens, though Thailand will not deport any tourists back home without their consent. Of note, the Russian consulate in Phuket has already explained that Russians who arrived in Phuket on a tourist visa or visa exemption status may apply for a COVID visa extension. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thai police will ask a Canadian court to deny bail for a Canadian national suspected of being involved in the murder of an Indian gangster in Phuket last month, according to the Central Investigation Bureau. Matthew Dupre is one of 2 suspects tied to the February 4th death of Jimi Sandhu, an Indian national with ties to a gang in Canada, who was shot and killed by 2 hitmen who had been waiting for him in the car park of his rented beachside villa in Rawai. Dupre and fellow Canadian citizen Jean Larkamp have been pointed by police as possible suspects after they fled Thailand 2 days after the shooting. Police in Canada arrested Dupre back on February 20th, and Royal Thai Police have been working on extraditing him to the kingdom, though Canada does have a law that prohibits them from extraditing citizens to countries with the death penalty. Thai police have been working with Canadian police and have since opposed bail for Dupre. The other suspect, Jean Larkamp, is still on the run. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M & Painting today. The death of a 64-year-old bystander who is said to have died due to injuries sustained while at a pro-democracy protest last year is prompting many around the country to call for justice. 64-year-old Mana Hongtong died due to complications from having been shot in the head back in mid-August of last year by crowd control police with a rubber bullet as they fought activists during the protests. The rally took place back on August 15th just outside the Ding Dang police station in Bangkok, with police seen shooting rubber bullets from inside the station and then later outside the station. According to the Thai Lawyers for Human Rights Advocacy Group, Mana was a bystander who was not part of the protest when he was shot with a rubber bullet to the head and was rushed to a local hospital and then later released, but he later died due to complications from the shooting last Saturday. He is the second person to succumb to injuries sustained through police action that day, joining 15-year-old Wadet Somnoy, who was shot in the back of the neck with a rubber bullet and succumbed to those injuries 3 months later in October. Their deaths have sparked outrage online, with many questioning whether police will ever be held responsible. For more, visit the link in the description. A severe worker shortage in Thailand is prompting the Federation of Thai Industries to demand more effort from the government, despite the state working to import workers from 3 neighboring countries. Figures from Thailand's labor ministry show that the country has a shortage of 700,000 workers, which have mainly hit the export and construction sectors, but has also impacted the tourism industry, all due to a weak job market that saw as many as 2 million foreign laborers head back to their home countries. The Thai government is currently in talks with the governments of Cambodia, Laos, and Myanmar to import workers, but with nothing signed yet, the FTI is calling on authorities to speed up the signing of the memorandums of understandings with neighboring countries to get workers back into Thailand. They've also suggested that officials use ATK testing rather than RT-PCR tests to speed up the import of laborers and grant amnesty to migrant workers who enter Thailand illegally. The Bangkok Post reports that there were more than 2 million migrant workers in Thailand, but 500,000 to 600,000 returned to their home countries after the pandemic hit in early 2020, as many business activities were suspended, causing them to lose their jobs. Most have still not returned to Thailand. For more, visit the link in the description. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. Join us again tomorrow on Wednesday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.